What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Flavio. You guys are tuned in to the House of Collectibles. Welcome back. Thank you guys for tuning in again. Today we have a really cool unboxing for you guys. We are going to be taking a look at Hot Toys 501st Battalion Clone Trooper, and this is from the Clone Wars series, Star Wars, that you can watch on Disney Plus. This figure, I've already seen photos of it and seen sneak peeks of it, so I'm very excited to get this guy out here with you guys. I know it's been a while. It's summertime, guys. You know how that thing goes. Cookouts, getting out in the pool. I've just been enjoying the summertime, but you know we got figures to unbox on this channel. So without further ado, let's take a look at this guy. And if you guys haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video if you guys want to see more content like this, and drop a comment. Feel free to comment. I'm usually responsive to all comments. So if you're just stopping by, new to the channel, drop a comment, say what's up. All right, let's do this thing. All right, guys, taking a look at the box here for the 501st Clone Trooper. Starting off with the side here, you got a nice image here of the 501st Clone Trooper figure itself there, with the big blaster rifle that comes included. That's very cool there. As you guys can see, you guys have this kind of blue and yellow scheme font, as we have seen in the past for other Clone Wars figures, like that Ahsoka. If you guys haven't seen that, check that out. Up front here, you have a nice big image as well of the Clone Trooper again, 501st Battalion Clone Trooper. This is TMS for Television Masterpiece Series 023. Deluxe version, of course. So right up front, you're gonna have the foil Star Wars logo, and then you got that nice big image as well of the figure itself, and he's kind of in mid-air flight there. And then there you got that special deluxe sticker that they put on the deluxe cases to differentiate the collectors versus deluxe. And there's some extra goodies in there, and you guys will check that out here in a little bit. And for the side, once again, you got more literature there. 501st Battalion Clone Trooper, nothing special. And on the back, all of the legal warnings and stuff for small parts and stuff like that. All right, and when you pop this top here, you are greeted with some more awesome art that Hot Toys always does for their Star Wars boxes. They go very plain on the outside, very classy and sleek, and on the inside they give you this beautiful artwork. So check that out. You have the 501st Battalion Clone Trooper with the big Gatling gun blaster that comes as well inside with this for the deluxe. So certain things that you will get in this versus the collectors that you guys might want to weigh out your options to see which one you prefer. Down here again, telling you the 501st Battalion Clone Trooper TMS023, and when you lift this off here, you get your first look of how your figure will be coming to you guys. So we are just gonna take this guy right out of the box. The clam trays are so hard to mess around with on camera, guys. Trust me, a lot of people make it look really easy, and just like that, I made it look very, very complicated. Aha! But with editing, we make it much easier. So here, we're gonna pop this off as slick and smooth as possible, because Hot Toys doesn't make it easy with these shippers. They're like freaking vacuum sealed from the factory. So first impressions here are very, very good. This guy is nice and sturdy. I'm loving the way he looks. We're gonna put him to the side here and get all of our accessories out, and we're gonna take a closer look at what you guys get with this trooper. All right, guys, now taking a look at all of the accessories here, because there is definitely a lot, but we are gonna get through it. And here we go, starting off with the base. I love the way that it's done. It is a Imperial style flooring up top. You can kind of see it's done kind of like in a brownish tone this time. Kind of got like a copperish color going on up top, but you got washes in the crevices and that copperish look all around it. It's looking really dirty too as well, kind of like a, you know, inside of a ship flooring and stuff like that. And you got the metal nameplate right up front, Star Wars 501st Battalion Clone Trooper. And I like the way that that looks. You also get a flight pole and a waist clamp. And starting off here with the hands, you get 6 extra hands here, including the 2 that are on the figure. And you get a wide array here. I love the way that they're done though. You know, you got that classic trooper hand plate on the back there. They're all done differently. They have tons of weathering. They're all unique to each other. And then you got that sculpting for the glove as well on the black parts. And I love the way that that's done. You got kind of like the lines on the side, almost looking like if they were like a leather glove. And I think they're done, you know, same as all the other releases. They look really nice. I have no complaints there with the hands. You also get these thermal detonators here. You get this one that is complete. It's really nicely done. It's got a nice red dot there for like probably if, you know, the light was blinking. You got kind of the controls up here on top. These darker washes in the crevices here, and then, you know, lighter silver for the whole bomb itself. Even inside, you can see that scratch there, and then there's like washes all in between there as well. So I really like the way that that's done. And then you also have a half one here. Same sculpt pretty much, but it's a half one. And this is to kind of give off of the effect when in the show they would plant the charge and put it down, so you can have it here or somewhere else in your display to give off that look. And I like the way that that's done as well. Going over to this backpack, this is really cool. This is kind of like a you know, trooper backpack, kind of if one of them was out there in the field and, you know, they had a ton of ammo or, you know, supplies to be carrying. I really love the way that it's sculpted. I love the way that it's done. It has, you know, more, you know, scuffing there and weathering all around the sculpt. You can see kind of down here as well where it would be, you know, maybe placed on the floor. It's scuffed up there. You got a nice Imperial Cog logo right there on the front. On the side here, more scuffing, and you even have a darker wash up here for these 2 little indentations there. And back here, you have these straps, and these straps are done, I believe, kind of like in a, you know, plasticky, maybe like pleathery style material. I'm not too sure. And then on the back here, you can see, you know, all the stitching, you know, for the entire piece here. I do believe they are adjustable. You have the sides here as well up top, kind of like with a cloth-like cover up top for the top of the backpack. You have these almost like bronze buttons, and this one is really cool, the front one, because it's actually magnetic. As you can see in there, there's a magnet, so when you close it, nice and smooth, easy. Even the inside, I'm looking at it now and it's weathered as well. Like Hot Toys weathered the inside, like, you know, even if you were going to open it and see it, they wanted you to see that they could weather the inside as well. The sides also have Velcro. I'm not going to undo those, but either side has Velcro there. And looking at this is the JT12 Jetpack. I'm sure this is standard issue here for any 501st Trooper. This is done very nicely. I love the colors of blue there. And you also have, you know, the same color that the whole Trooper armor is done. It's almost like, for me, I always feel like it looks kind of like an eggshell porcelain kind of material, what the armor would be like. But, you know, you have hints of, you know, dark, kind of like a gunmetal gray here, and then you got the blue all around. It's nice and scuffed up and chipped where the exhaust would be down here for these thrusters over here. They're nice and scuffed up. Even up here up top, more gunmetal gray, even down here for the sides, and down here for where the jets would be going off. And they even give you these two rocket pieces. The explosion, these are done always nicely. I admire the sculpts. You know, very simple, but gets the job done. You have a deep orangish red explosion going down to a translucent yellow, all the way down to a fine orange tip. And these, you know, you can just plug these in like so. Do be careful the first time. They're pretty stiff, but yeah, like that. You see, they kind of need to be worked in there at first, but it gives off the illusion that your 501st is taking off like a rocket. So next we have, we're just gonna look at this one because this one just really calls to me. This is the RPS-6 rocket blaster, and this is just really cool for me. I love it. It's, you know, a different sculpt from all these other Troopers and Star Wars figures that, you know, I've gotten so far. This cannon is really cool. The sculpt is done beautifully. You got this gunmetal paint job all throughout. You got these paneling works, washes in the crevices. You know, you got light silver dry brushing over the top, you know, just to give it that, you know, effect that, you know, this is a big piece of equipment out on the field. They even have darker washes back here. You know, you got that little silver push pin. I really love this part right there. You got a green paint job there for, you know, the scope, and even a teeny tiny red dot. I'm assuming that's kind of for like a tracker or something, maybe just a button on there. And you even have green in there as well. But yeah, this thing is done really nicely. I think I might be using this with my Trooper for sure at some point, just because there's a ton of, you know, stuff to display in this you know, release itself. But so many good pieces. The next one is probably my second favorite. Like, this is probably my first, but maybe my second, not sure. This is the Z6 rotary blaster cannon, and you know, this thing is crazy. Big gun. This piece is just crazy. Like, you guys see this? There's so many different colors going on in here. You have kind of like, look at that, like a purplish tone, showing you that the metal is just getting really, really, really hot there. Again, you have this gunmetal gray with the silver dry brushing over the top. Inside there, all of these rotating barrels, you have this kind of like copper coil or something that's, you know, just powering this blaster. It's a really, really neat sculpt. You got kind of this bronze part back here as well. I'm not sure, maybe that's where, you know, there's a recharge, or that's where the ammo goes, something like that. You got this handle up top so you can have the trooper holding it like that. And then you even have copper back here, or like a goldish color for the trigger as well, even for these little pins back here, and these are silver. Down here as well, it's even weathered down here. You can see that this side is more silver, but then on this side there's like a bronze, that goldish color. So it's nicely done. I really love this piece, so we'll definitely be using that as well. All right, and then the other ones are the usuals that we usually get with most of the troopers. This is the DC-15A blaster rifle. And this guy we are used to seeing gunmetal gray, again with the silver dry brushing over the top. This is a pretty long sculpted gun. Like, if you guys see this in person, like, you know, it's my whole hand here. So this is a pretty long gun. Usually if I, you know, pose this with this, I'll probably be holding it up, kind of like if he is, you know, marching and stuff like that. But, you know, this is a really nice piece. You got kind of this heat treatment effect as well. Over here on the front, it's kind of like this slight salmon pink with the bronzish color in there. It's really weird. It plays in the light, but it looks really nice. And I like the way that that is done as well. And then last but not least, you got the DC-15S here. And this is the tried and true blaster rifle for the troopers that we see all the time. And this is done very nicely as well. You got the gunmetal gray with the you know, light silver dry brushing over the top to just bring out, you know, the little intricacies in the sculpt. You got this copper with the silver pins, buttons, even down here as well. This piece can come down like so. We still all question if this can go completely back or not, but, you know, that's the design of the blaster. That's really cool too. And then last but not least, the head sculpts or the buckets. You got the phase 1 bucket here, and this is just really cool. I don't know, I have a soft spot for the phase 1. I know everybody loves the phase 2, but I love the phase 1 bucket. I always have. I think it's just, you know, for this top like mohawk looking piece, I just always loved that. Yeah, this sculpt is done very nicely. Hot Toys is crazy. Like, it's just photorealistic. Like, this is just exactly how it looks when you see it on TV and everything. And, you know, I'm completely happy with it. You got so much weathering all around here. Back here, there's washes in the crevices back there. Just, these guys are dirty. They get out there, you know. They've been out in plenty of battles. The first battle at Geonosis, they've been through a lot of stuff, and, you know, their General Anakin isn't, you know, taking a L in any battle. So, you know, they definitely get the job done. I love that. Look at the blue up here. It's not even, you know, they're scuffing back here. It's all scratched up, dinged up. It really feels like, you know, this helmet has been, you know, lived in. You got the visor piece as well, which is kind of like set back. It's a different piece, so it kind of gives off that, you know, just that slight little bit of depth to make you feel like, wow, you know, this is a real, you know, shrunken down helmet. You have the receptacle there for the peg port. And over here is the phase 2 with Ahsoka Tano's, you know, paint job here for, you know, her little gang, for her guys. So this was definitely cool. This was when I believe they were, you know, fighting Maul on Mandalore in Clone Wars, if I'm not mistaken. But you know, this is also cool. So I can definitely tell why people would want to, you know, pose this one versus the phase 1, because the phase 1 is kind of, you know, plain, but I really love the way that the phase 2 looks as well with that orange. It's going to be contrasting with the blue as well on the figure itself. Even down here, I like kind of like the snout part here for phase 2. That's always been like one of my favorite parts down here for, you know, like this breathing apparatus or whatever you call it. But yeah, really, really cool. You got washes down here on, you know, the jaw part where it's recessed, more scuffing all throughout. Washes, paint job is done amazingly. No complaints whatsoever. So that is everything that you get with the 501st Battalion Clone Trooper by Hot Toys. Finally, let's get the figure out here and see what it's about. All right, guys, and taking a look at this figure, he looks amazing. He's just standing straight up and down, no accessories besides the Ahsoka Tano Phase 2 bucket that we have on him here. But yeah, guys, this guy is dirty to the nines. He has weathering all over every bit of armor that he has on. I love, you know, the scale of the body under the armor that Hot Toys has created for these troopers, just because they go perfect. They go a long way. I think they've mastered it. They have that, you know, fabric ribbing material under it to simulate that trooper undersuit. Very, very nice. You got those parallel lines in the black fabric. When you articulate the body, it's not loose, it's hugging the body. It's not, you know, going one way and going the other. I've heard, you know, people that have had sideshow trooper bodies, you know, the armor doesn't stay put when you articulate it. It's always flopping around. I love the design. They have it on that elastic band material, and, you know, I think it gets the job done. It doesn't hinder the body from being able to articulate to its maximum if you would want to do that. The paint job that this guy has is fantastic, and you guys are going to see that here a little bit up close. But yeah, you guys can see all the way throughout this figure he has a ton of weathering. I just love, you know, the blue and white color scheme that they got going on here, and with the when you throw the orange bucket on it, it just really makes the figure pop. So I'm really digging it. All right, so as you guys can see here up close, starting off with the bucket, you can just see all the little scratches and markings for all this weathering that he has here. You have the design that, you know, was made for Ahsoka Tano here, going into, you know, that battle for Mandalore, going against Maul in that story arc for Clone Wars Season 7. But yeah, guys, this figure is just, you know, very nicely executed. I just love the way that Hot Toys has really brought it to life. You can see on the high points, you got high traffic areas where, you know, in battle you're going to get scuffing. Down here right by his ribs, his, you know, his arms probably move a lot, so they compensated for all of these areas that are to be weathered, but just all around, beautiful, beautiful figure. Can't complain. You have those hints of blue all around. Even back here for his thigh armors, you can see the weathering down there on the high points all around. You can see those pinstripes going up. They're not perfect whatsoever. You know, he's not behind a desk. He's definitely on the battlefield, and you know, they really did that on this figure. Even down here on his shoes, you can see the washes in these panel lines. You got dirt and grime in there, and down below, surprisingly, they even have a little bit of you know, dirt and grime there as well, because when are you ever gonna look at your figure like that? But Hot Toys wants to make sure that everything is done right, and that is what I love about them. They are just so good at what they do here, and you know, we're here to admire their work. Up top for the helmet though, look at that, all this, you know, weathering, true damage on the field that this guy has definitely seen. But that is the up close look, and let's take a look at the articulation. All right, guys, taking a look at the articulation, starting off with the head sculpt. It is on a double ball peg here at the base of the neck, so he can look up to about there, look down very significantly, and he can tilt from side to side and, you know, look in every which way direction that you please. The arms can shrug up and down, and he can, the butterfly joint has it, you know, able to push forward and back like that as well. You're going to be able to go about to that far for the arms, and I'd say about that far back. No problems there whatsoever. There is a swivel at the bicep, so he can swivel in and out like that. He has a bend at the elbow, getting you just to 90, I think, and it's due to this elbow pad back here. If it wasn't there, I think you would be able to go the full way. But some of theirs, they tuck in. Some of those trooper bodies, they tuck in like that. This one does tuck in, but that's as far as you're going to get there with that. The arms will go out to about there. No problems. And that's it for the arms. The body, due to this armor on here, I don't think you're going to get much of a crunch, but you can. He does kind of sway side to side like that, and he does have a significant ab crunch there, I will say. So, or side ab twist, sorry. The crunch is not so good, but the twist is better. But for these trooper guys, you're not going to be, I wouldn't think you'd be ab crunching them like that so much. And down here for the legs, they will go out to about there on very clicky ratchets. But if you turn this upper thigh plate to the side, you can get a little bit more up to about there. I'd be careful though with that and making sure that you twist that out, just because you don't want to, you know, get that corner piece sticking onto anything. And they will go out to about there, so that's pretty good on very clicky ratchets once again. And that's good because that should hold the you know, life to this figure. You know, you don't want to have no loose joints very quickly. And there is a swivel at the upper thigh, and it will go back to about that far, so I would say like 15 degrees. And the knee has soft ratchets, and it will go up to about there. And with that swivel, lets you swivel in and out. And then down here for the foot, you have a normal ball rocker, so you can get the pivoting in and out, up and down, and turn pretty much all directions there for the feet. And you got a normal 1/6 wrist peg there for the hands. And that is the articulation, guys, for the 501st Clone Trooper. All right, and here we have the 501st Trooper here for our first pose. I just kind of pictured he's, you know, in mid-battle. He had to put his blaster down real quick, take off his pack. He's getting something, you know, maybe extra ammo canisters or something for some heavy infantry units or something. But I really, really like this pose. This just goes to show the articulation that this figure holds here. He's very, very versatile. You can get him into very dynamic poses. And the joints are holding up pretty sturdy. So not bad there at all from Hot Toys. All right, guys, and here is our second pose. We have the Phase 2 Ahsoka Tano bucket on the 501st Trooper here. We have the jetpack. We don't have the thrusters ignited because he's on foot, and he has that big rotary gun, and he's about to step in and clear out a ton of enemies. And this one just really does it for me as well. This, like I said, this figure is very, very versatile, and there's a lot of things that you get inside of the box that you can make it your own. So I'm really, really happy with this. And, you know, for people who army built with this, you guys know putting these guys all together and having them, you know, doing different things all together will make a nice display there. So I'm very happy with that. And let's move on to our next pose. All right, guys, and there you have it. Our final pose for the 501st Battalion Clone Trooper. And I just went all out here, have him going with an aerial pose. We have him with the jetpack. We have him with the rocket launcher, mid-air, Phase 1 bucket, looking down the sights of the barrel, getting ready to blast the enemy. Doesn't get any better than that, guys. I really had a blast unpacking this figure and taking a look at it with you guys. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you guys are tuned in and updated for when any news or content goes live on the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, my name is Flavio, and we'll catch you guys next time.